Constitutional amendments are not the guarantees of establishing the progress of our state and the people, but implementing and establishing constitutional order guarantees that. Constitutionality implies on the principle of living in peace together and forming and implementing a sovereign social system. The present constitutional amendments undertaken by the present government system can be called non-legitimate, but are imposed upon the broad masses of the society. It is a tendency of constitutionally ensuring the interests of the ruling minority, and in reality does not correspond to the interests of our people and broad masses of our society. I would evaluate it as a regression from the perspective of development of democracy and defense of human rights in Armenia. From one side, these changes restrict the human rights and freedoms, also restricting and weakening the civil society. And from the other side, reduce the state's obligations and responsibilities from the point of view of human rights defense. As a result, the majority of people, that is, the majority of middle-class citizens, women and different social groups are practically and by constitutional norms excluded from the public management processes. As long as that continues constitutionally representing only the interests of the ruling bodies and parties. As we know, the ruling parties of the Republic of Armenia and parties in general do not represent the interests of the majority of people. They do not possess the public premises and in reality are anti-democratic from the perspective of the governing system. Democracy is not just a government system, it is not just the parties, the elections, and it cannot be carried out just by imposing constitutional amendments. Democracy cannot be carried out only by declaring it such, and also not by forming formal institutions or by carrying out procedures. Democracy is the application of the principle of equality on all levels of public administration or public management. And it excludes any kind of monopoly in any sphere. I would also like to add that in the recent years, citizens and different social groups in the Republic of Armenia have anchored and built their struggles on the notion of constitutionality. They have taken the constitution as a social contract, as a means and opportunity which gives the chance of winning their rights back and re-establishing them from one side, and from the other as a means of constraining and bringing to accountability the public authorities. By legitimating these amendments and their application, the civil society will be obliged to apply non-constitutional methods of oppression. Because the civil society does not accept this constitution as its property, feeling it is being imposed against the will. And due to all these factors, the consciousness and the feeling of owning this constitution is absent, which in its turn will result in serious disturbance with frequent blows and in general is going to result in profound civil disturbances. As an outcome, the statehood of Armenia can be weakened. So, what should we do? Each of us, as a human, as a citizen, and part of the civil society, has the duty and responsibility of doing everything to make this non-legitimate and anti-democratic constitutional amendments project fail. And we should continue to work on bringing constitutional order and the implementation of the principles of constitutionality in the Republic of Armenia. Also, all organizations, national or international, which value human rights and democratic principles, have the role and obligation of not legitimizing the constitutional amendments, also promoting human rights and promoting all the aspects which eventually bring to establishment of constitutional order.
Խթանել այն աշխատանքներում, որը նպաստում է Հայաստանում վերջ-վերջո հաստատել սահմանարական կարգ։